Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised,
I have ordered attacks on enemy military
air war is going on over Baghdad.
Be right. We got MiGs under us. Come on back around. I got MiGs all around this place. Come on up here. Come on, you little bastards. Let's fight.
It was a 1972 cruise in North Vietnam. We were on Midway. My pilot, Muggs McEwen, and I, we were assigned a MiG-cap mission, which we have bandits. Bandit call meant that they were confirmed North Vietnamese MiGs, so they told us to take off and intercept them. We started a dogfight, and that's when the excrement hit the air conditioning system. So we started turning and burning with the MiGs and engaged 6 MiGs, shot down 2 of them, and managed to not get the shot down ourselves. It was a pretty harrowing experience, but 3 months later was the agony of defeat as opposed to our thrill of victory. 25 August 1972, I was flying with a new pilot when we were taken under fire by a bunch of surface air missile batteries over North Vietnam as we were trying to get to our cap station. We managed to outmaneuver a number of them, but one that we didn't see, we went off right over the cockpit. And next thing I knew, I was sitting in the back seat with my left hand badly damaged from the explosion, and I reached down with my good hand and ejected us from the airplane. And then next thing I remembered was I was hanging in the chutes, and I realized that the people on the ground were shooting at me. So I pretty much had put myself in the hands of God at that point. I figured I was gone. I landed in a rice paddy, fought my head up out of the water, and propped myself up against one of the walkways. They continued to shoot, luckily no hits. Finally, they slashed through the water, took me to the dry land area, and drove all night, and I ended up in the Hanoi Hilton. For 3.5 days around the clock, they would come in and interrogate me and refuse to give me medical attention until I started asking some of their questions other than name, rank, serial number, and date of birth. I just had a bloody gauze on this hand, and both elbows were dislocated, and my arms started discoloring from lack of circulation, and formed a plan in my head that next time they come in, I'll answer some questions I figure are of no military value to them. So that worked, and then they took me out, strapped me down to a table. The doctor came in and pulled my arm aside and took the gauze off, looked at it, and then took a scalpel and amputated my thumb. No anesthetic, no nothing. So it was a pretty poor bedside manner. Wrapped me up in some rudimentary splints and took me back to the prison. And I ended up in a large cell of about 40 POWs. I will admit, I sat down and I cried when I first got in with this group of guys. Just the emotional dam broke that, you know, I'm finally in with some people I know. And I stayed with that group until we came home with the last group of POWs in 1973. Oh yeah, I'm fortunate. I was shot down on my 4th combat cruise. If I'd have been shot down on my first cruise off Coral Sea in 1966, I'd have been there for 7 years. So 7 years, 7 months, that's a pretty good trade-off. So all in all, I'm pretty damn lucky.